Guys, I just finished watching the UEFA Youth League, a game between Chelsea under 19 versus Barcelona under 19. And what I saw, if I don't talk about it, I won't rest. Hafiz Gariba, the Ghanaian boy that plays for Barcelona under 19 team, what he's doing in that team, look, we are going to talk about it because I watched him for full 90 minutes. And trust me, what I saw, I have to say it. If I don't say it, I won't rest. We're also going to talk about a Dutch-born Ghanaian player who plays for Como. He scored 2 goals for Como yesterday against Torino. And this boy is on the radar. He wants to play for the Black Stars. And I'm going to tell you exactly what he said concerning Ghana. And we're also going to talk about his performance and whether he's going to be a good addition to the national team. We're also going to talk about Thomas Partey amongst many others. But before we jump into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. You're watching SportsCornerGH. Quickly, let's jump into it and begin with the UEFA Youth League. A game between Chelsea under 19 versus Barcelona under 19. Immediately, I saw the starting lineup for both teams. I got excited because it had 3 Ghanaian players. Now, one who is a true Ghanaian player, and also 2 other players for Chelsea who are English-born Ghanaian players. So for Barcelona under 19, Hafiz Gariba, but for Chelsea, you have Genesis Entry and also Atu Ampa. I was like, okay, this is interesting. Let's see what these players are made of, what they can offer, not only to their teams, but also in the future to the Black Stars. So I was watching this game and I got really interested in the game. In fact, I was watching this game, I was like, this game is very competitive. It had some high level of intensity. It was as if this is the teaser to the main match that's going to be played later today. So I was watching the game, and particularly I just wanted to watch Hafiz Gariba and what he's all about, because I've been talking about this player over and over again. Now this time around, I want to watch him for full 90 minutes so that I know what to say. I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't. I think today he gave an A1 performance for Barcelona under 19. That game ended up in a 1-1 draw, but Hafiz Gariba's performance was just excellent. It was A1. And trust me, look, in the next 3 to 5 years, Black Stars, when we talk about defender, we have one. Because the guy is doing a really good job at Barcelona. Now, I want us to go through his performance together in numbers. He played the full 90 minutes. Total clearance in that game, 7. 1 block shot. If you take a look at interception, it is 1. Total touches in the game, 132. Long balls, 6. Accurate long balls, 4. Shot on target, 1. Accurate passes, 107 out of 117, accumulating to 91%. Overall rating, 7 out of 10. I'm going to give him an 8 because from what I saw, it was excellent. He played so well. He's a baller. Look, Hafiz Gariba is that guy. He played so well for Barcelona. I get the reason why all the coaches at the youth side are tipping him to make the first team. You see reports coming from Spain. If there's one player they are tipping to make the first team, it is Hafiz Gariba. I get the reason why. Very confident on the ball. He knows how to pass. His timing is always on point, and I like that about him. But then, guys, Hafiz Gariba performed extremely well. But then one will be asking, Adam, you mentioned 3 players. What about the other 2? Now, the other 2 also performed very well. And for Genesis Entry for Chelsea, he was good. He was really good. He performed extremely well. From what I saw, I think if the GFA has any plans of trying to convince any player, Genesis Entry is that guy. They should try and talk to him. Atuampa wasn't bad in the game, but he got substituted around the 70th minute. He wasn't bad in the game. He also played a fair part in how Chelsea, came back into that game, because in the last 20 minutes of that game, it was all Chelsea. When Barcelona had their chances and squandered them, last 20 minutes, Chelsea did an extremely good job. They could have won that game by 2-1, but then rather unfortunately, it ended up in the 1-1 draw. But then, guys, this is my own takes concerning Hafiz Gariba, the young Ghanaian player who plays for Barca, their youth team called Barca Under 19, who featured today in the UEFA Youth League. Let me know what you think about it down below in the comments. Now, let's move away from that and talk about Jayden Addai. Now, Jayden Addai is a Dutch-born Ghanaian player who plays for Como. We all know Como, right? Fabregas team, yeah. Yesterday, they beat Torino by 5-0. And this young man I'm talking about scored 2 goals. So far this season, he has scored 3 goals in 7 appearances for Como. And this boy is on the radar of the GFA. When we're talking about players who could switch nationality and play for Ghana, his name was part of those names. Now, let me tell you exactly what he said concerning Ghana, because a lot of people were asking, who is this guy? Why is everyone, talking about him? Now, this is what he said exactly, and I read. He says that I have both a Ghanaian and Dutch passports. I have a choice to choose between Holland and Ghana. Certainly, Ghana is truly in my heart. Both parents are Ghanaians, and I grew up a Ghanaian in the Netherlands. So this is what the boy said. He says he grew up Ghanaian in Netherlands. Both parents are Ghanaians. And a lot of people feel like this boy, we can prepare him for the future. Because trust me, after the World Cup here, a lot of players are going to leave the national team. We need to start rebuilding for the next World Cup. So it is good to start, fishing out some of the good young players out there. And I think Jayden Addai is that guy. He's not that old. He's very young. And I believe that if we are able to do our things right, we can convince him to play, because he looks like he's a player who could jump ship and come to our side. But then, guys, this is the update that has to do with Jayden Addai, who plays for Como, scored 2 goals for them yesterday against Torino. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Now, let's move away from that and talk about another player who I believe very soon we'll start seeing the Black Stars. His name is called Maxwell Wology. Maxwell Wology plays for Fredrikstad. Now, Fredrikstad, he joined in 2023. He's a product of Right to Dream, went through the normal route. Norgeland, yes, he went through the normal route to Norgeland, currently plays for Fredrikstad. Now, at the end of the season, he was named Player of the Year for Fredrikstad, and I'm happy for him. Good player by all standard. You know that the Right to Dream players, very soon, 80% of them will be in the national team. You and I know. 80%. Already we have like 50% in the 80% to be in the national team very soon. And Maxwell Wology is one of those players that are doing so well out there. It's just because he's playing a league that many do not really watch and all that. But then the good thing is that he's attracting interest from MLS side called Nashville SC. They have tabled down an offer for the player, and very soon, don't be surprised if you see him in the MLS. He's a very good player, Maxwell Wology, my number 9 brother. I want to see him in the national team. Good player by all standard. But then, guys, that is the update that has to do with another player who I believe we might see in the national team very soon. Now, let's talk about the UCL. Thomas Partey will be in action today for Villarreal against Dortmund. And look, Villarreal needs to hear me when I say this. The last time they played against Pafos, they did not play Thomas Partey. That was one of their biggest mistakes they did in that game. Pafos made a lot of history. They made a lot of noise just beating Villarreal. Now, Dortmund are a different customer. If you really want to win this game, you need Thomas Partey starting in this game like this. So, definitely, I will not be surprised if I see Thomas Partey starting, busting the midfield, and giving an A1 performance for Villarreal against Dortmund. And guys, you already know, when Thomas Partey finishes that game, the reaction, it will cry for you. It would happen here. So please don't forget, Thomas Partey would be in action today against Dortmund. Now, I want us to go through some of the games that are going to be played today, and I just want to brush through with my prediction, not my reaction. My prediction very, very soon. Now, Ajax versus Benfica. I think this game will be a bit cagey, so I think there will be a lot of goals in this one, but it would be a cagey one. I don't see, any of them having an upper hand against each other. So let's say goals in this game, both of them definitely might score goals. So that is it with that one. Galatasaray versus USG. There's a Ghanaian player who plays for USG. Yes, Mohamed Hussein is back. And I would love to see how he plays against Galatasaray. Galatasaray are without their talisman, Victor Osimhen. Another game I see Galatasaray winning because they are playing at home. They normally say welcome to hell. So let's see what happens. I think they are going to win that one. Juventus versus Bodo Glimt. Bodo Glimt are very stubborn, but I see Juventus really, trying their best in this game. But don't be surprised. This game could, be very surprising. Don't be surprised if anything happens in that game. Chelsea versus Barcelona, the big one for the night. Look, I'm not going to lie. I don't like both teams. That's the honest truth. If I get both of them will lose, then I'll have peace of mind. Because if one wins, the other one will make noise. You understand my point? But then this game is going to have goals. Let's see what happens. Dortmund versus Villarreal. With Thomas Partey at Villarreal, I'm just going to go with that side. Villarreal to probably win this one, but Dortmund are doing very well in the UCL. They have experience, so they are very tricky side too. Man City, Leverkusen, Man City definitely winning this one. Marseille versus Newcastle United. Since Marseille are playing at home, I'm going to go for Marseille a bit. Newcastle, their performance in the UCL, it's not consistent. I'm just going to say it like that. It's not consistent. So I saw Marcel probably scoring a goal, doing so well against Newcastle because they're also playing at home. Napoli versus Quebec. Napoli to win. Yeah, Napoli to win. Athletic Bilbao versus Slava Prague. This game, I'm not too sure about it. Inaki Williams did not play against Barcelona, the last time. For this one, I think looking at their performance this season so far, it has not been like that. But it gives Slava Prague a fair chance to fight in this particular game. But then, let me know your predictions concerning all the games that are going to play in the UCL today down below in the comments. So guys, this is where I'm going to end it. I'm going to make sure to bring you more updates concerning the players who performed today for their club side and many more. So thank you for watching. My name is Adam. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, we go viral.